5 days and 1 copyright-stricken video later, we are back. You know, there's definitely a major issue with this being a completely unscripted series, because I have no idea what I'm going to say about this. I just finished the game in question. You know what game it is because you read the thumbnail. I make this obvious every single episode, but I don't even think I need to narrate it for you to know, because you know what, this is hard to explain. This is getting too contradictory, so I'm not going to try to explain it. But we are doing an episode on Halo 3 ODST. Yeah, we're finally doing that ODST game, which I not so subtly teased in the Fireteam Raven episode not too long ago. Yep, here we go. So, as the name contrary to what the title of the game suggests, this is a separate game. This is not just some expansion for Halo 3, though as far as I'm aware, it was initially conceived as such, and then they just decided that they were going to make it its own standalone thing because money. And that considered, it actually turned out pretty solid. So, it takes place during the Battle of New Mombasa on Earth, which I believe was the same battle that Chief fought in at the beginning of Halo 2. So it takes place concurrently with Halo 2, which is some false advertising on their part, since it's called Halo 3 ODST. Except it doesn't even take place concurrently with Halo 3 for whatever reason. So the plot focuses on a much more iconic ODST team than Fireteam Raven in the form of Alpha 9, consisting of members Edward, Buck, and I forget the rest of their names. Dutch, Mickey, Romeo, and the rookie who doesn't have a name. And you get to play as all of them over the course of the game. So the first, half of the game, relatively slow, relatively boring, in my eyes at least. The missions where you play as the rookie on the Mombasa streets in the dark is kind of annoying because you can't see shit, even with the night ops setting thingy on. So that's kind of irritating. And also the rookie literally does not have a single line of dialogue. The closest thing we get to dialogue from him is grunts when he gets shot and or jumps. Or takes fall damage, because that exists in this game. But basically, the team lands in Mombasa, except they get separated from each other, and after the drop, it goes wrong, and their pods get hit and shit. So it's progressively about the team reuniting with each other. And then there's that other lady whose name I forget. What's her face? Captain Dare was her name. Captain Dare. So she's presumed dead at the beginning at the hands of our evil tentacle monster things. The suspense is real. The irritation from the gameplay is also real. But the back half of the game really starts to pick up the pace when the action becomes more consistent. It's not practically pitch black outside in the game, and eventually the rookie goes underground to find that Captain Dare is not only alive, but that the tentacle monsters are not evil, and in fact they are effectively biological supercomputers. His name is Virgil, not to be confused with the Devil May Cry 5 character, who has been iconic for his memes, but his name is the blob monster's name is Virgil, and he's replicated the data from some supercomputer and now knows pretty much all the secrets of the Covenant. Apologies for the abrupt stop. My phone decided to give me a battery percentage notification in the middle of recording for the third time in the last week. But as I was saying, Virgil, the supercomputer, now knows all the secrets of the Covenant, so they have to get him out of there so they can interrogate him peacefully, so they can get an upper hand in the war, because, again, concurrently with Halo 2, puts it in 2552, the final year of the war. Because literally, Reach, Combat Evolved 1 and 2 all take place in the same year. So there's a whole sequence of extracting Virgil from the underground facility and reuniting with the rest of Alpha 9. And then there's a whole sequence where they're pursuing through a highway. Virgil elects to steal I believe the vehicle is called a Mammoth, because he can. Yeah, he drives the Mammoth. They start plowing through crashed cars and stuff on the highway on the way to their stolen Phantom, while Buck and the rookie who you play as during this mission drive a Warthog, and they switch to a Gauss Hog, and then they switch to a fucking tank. And so that's a whole sequence. You extract Virgil from there. Everyone escapes alive somehow, apparently. And then there's a epilogue sequence starring none other than the one, the only Sergeant Johnson, who begins to interrogate Virgil. And that is the end of the game. I could have sworn I read somewhere that the rookie died, but apparently not. So everyone makes it alive and happy and healthy and safe and with Virgil. So that is the end of that. Anyway, I honestly think the game is maybe a solid 7 out of 10. One of the weaker of Bungie's games. I still think Combat Evolved is the worst of Bungie's games, and people are going to assassinate me for having this opinion, but it's still a solid 7 out of 10, this game. Nothing tops 2 or Reach, but that much is obvious. So, yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I have nothing better to say now. So, yeah. I'm not going to bother trying to form a proper conclusion because I don't want to. So, yeah, okay, bye.